You know, it's been a hot minute since we've had any Hearthstone content on the channel. Why not now? Who better than this? And as you can see, we're going to be doing some of the solo adventure stuff. I haven't beaten the fourth wing yet. You're like, wait, the fourth wing? What about the first three? Well, I mean, they're telling an overarching story, but it's Hearthstone, so, like, let's be honest, you're not really missing much. But let's showcase the new mode. It's kind of like Dungeon Run and a couple other similar things they've done in the past, but there's some new tricks that make it a little bit more fun, in my opinion. And if you're wondering about Trails of Cold Steel, well, Michaela's in Hawaii, so yeah. But that's cool. I've been, and it's fun. We'll see how she likes it when she gets back. I'm assuming that we'll have more videos starting next week as far as Cold Steel goes, and then I'll have gotten Cold Steel 2 today as I record this opening video for Hearthstone. That's in the mail, so we'll have that ready to queue up as soon as we're done with the first one, which, I don't know, we're like 2/3 of the way through, maybe a little less. Getting there. So, in we go. Let's see. So I've beaten Wings with each of those first three now. And if I remember correctly, I think I played this once as a druid and lost in the last one.
What you call a criminal element.
So let's just go mage and that'll be fine. Oh yeah, what are these new ones? Let's see. Some spell damagey type stuff. Random mage deck. That's interesting. We'll just stick with the tried and true. Didn't know you could get a random deck as the fourth one. That's kind of neat. So anyways, you got 8 opponents. You get to add cards along the way and occasionally some passive stuff that can really help as well. Swap a random card in each player's hand. Alright. And this is the twist for this one. Each one of these has like a particular twist. One of them was like, there's 3 minions that are blocking your board that can't be destroyed. And one of them was, I don't even remember anymore. Oh yeah, one of them was like a minion would hatch on each side after a certain amount of turns equal to that card's cost. So here, all attack and health swap. That loss with Druid's actually the first time I've lost in this mode. I wouldn't say that the regular mode is super challenging.
Rakadishu versus Lindsay.
But a lot of that has to do with the deck building mechanics and the fact that you can really get some kind of broken-ass combos off.
Careful, I'm a sharp one.
Well, let's keep some stuff here and see what happens. Swapping a card could be risky. And you can see the swapped health and attack. Fairy Dragon's a 3/2, but not right now, it's not. I guess that. Let's hope that one gets swapped. Now we're gonna get straight to business.
I'll be just like you.
Go ahead. You can never make my day.
Well, we can't really do much about that. So let's just play this. Find a minion. In this early matchup, by the way, we don't have very many cards in our deck. So in theory, I'm kind of hoping to get to the point where I don't even get to turn 8. This is probably the strongest.
Me?
I'm gonna lose one of these minions to that poisonous one, but
My pretty buns.
them's the breaks. Or you can go face for no reason. That's probably fine. Can't quite kill.
Me?
But we can set him up. I could freeze the poisonous minion. I could do all sorts of stuff there. But the reality is, unless there's a way to heal, I just have hero power to pick that turn no matter what happens.
Cut him down to size.
So all that's well and good, but yeah, bad manner. It's important to go back to full. So, our treasures. Well, I can't say I love any of these. You can make a decent case for this because we could go more spell heavy with our mage deck. Right now, that really only impacts Flame Geyser. Actually, I almost clicked on that by mistake. This one's also not bad if you want to go with a minion-heavy deck, which you can actually get away with a lot more in Mage than in the old days. Of course, one of the top decks right now in Standard is the whole conjuring up a bunch of minions out of other minions thing. And this one is, to me, kind of garbage. I mean, I'm sure it can make some really broken stuff, but then again, you could also get bad stuff. So, I mean, it's hard to imagine a scenario where if it's truly awful, even the 0 attack weapons would then be able to be used in this case because they'd be a 1 attack. But, nah, not really a thing that Mage needs. The difficulty about this, of course, is we haven't chosen any cards yet, so we don't exactly know what we're going to get offered this first time, and that choice may be shaped by which one we go with here. Personally, I enjoy minions more, so let's do that. And sure enough, I mean, this would have been okay. All three of these actually have some interesting cards to them. But I mean, if we're going to go minion-y, Emperor Thorson with stealth could be pretty good as we get to the mid to late game here. So yeah, you do this 8 times, and it's kind of fun. I also like the single-player content. I mean, the core of Hearthstone.
The great Akazamzarak.
I just want to hear him say the name. The core of Hearthstone is, you know, the one-on-one, the play online against other people, and that's all well and good, but these nice side diversions, I think, are welcome. I just like this. Now what we would really like to do is, now that we have this whole minions have stealth thing, is pair it with something else later on that makes minions cheaper or better, and a random magical feat to your hand. Okay. Haha. We want to draw cards still. We don't have a lot of cards in our deck yet. We have a way to do that in hand anyways if we really want to go that route. Alright. A difficult minion to deal with. A 2/3 that can't be targeted and now has stealth. Even though this is going to put us a smidge... Oh, no, never mind.
Someday I'll be just like
This
you.
is going to put us a little off curve, although we could have played the elemental off of it. But now... Now here's the thing about this too, if you haven't used these before. These minions permanently have stealth, so they just chill even if I attack. Right, so... I think this will be fun. Just to set it up for next turn.
Is almost.
And, Fairy Dragon's actually not quite as good in this case, because it's always stealth. You can't target it with anything anyway. I'll take 2 of those. Well, let's start triggering some stuff.
Behold the tools of creation.
Okay, you can't play that this turn, but we can play this. And ping here, and face.
Return to
2 off of lethal. Not really a way around that. But about to have it now. So just for funsies, let's kill that first. Then.
to nothing.
I know we could have had exact lethal. I know. Some intriguing stuff here. Now, we already have one of these in the deck. I'm not really interested in these 2, although they're both solid. Here, I mean, again, if we're going minion heavy, Syndragosa is strong. Thorson we already talked about. This one will have a few options. I mean, it's not to say we're not going to pick up any more spells. You could also go with this package here, this bucket as they're called. Nothing really wrong with these folks. Water elementals are strong. But I mean, if I had the opportunity to take more legends, I'm going to take more legends. So that's the plan this week. We're just going to go through this wing. In theory, that'll take us through Friday, and then next week it'll be back with Cold Steel. Yeah.